welcome back to Beauty Academy. Today's video is going to be over doing your eyebrows. First step in doing your eyebrows is to use a spoolie just like this one and brush down your hairs on your eyebrows. Now you may be asking, why is the first step of doing my eyebrows to brush down my hairs? And I'm glad you asked that question. The purpose of this step is to make sure you're taming your hair or your eyebrow to go in the direction that you want it to lay. If you just go ahead and draw your eyebrows on without brushing them down, they're probably going to look crazy and bushy and just not cute. So definitely brush them down first before you start. Now, let's get started to the good stuff. First, we're going to take an angled brush like this one, and this is an angled brush by e.l.f. Cosmetics. We're going to also take brow cream. This is brow cream by e.l.f. Cosmetics in the color Espresso. And what we're going to do is start at the bottom and kind of carve out the direction that we want our arch, so to speak. I personally don't start all the way at the beginning of my eyebrow. I start a little further back, like right above the arch, right before you go over the arch, and bring it down first, and then I go back just like I did here. And as you can see, I messed up a little bit. If you mess up, it's okay. We're going to clean that up later, so don't even worry about it. But definitely start off with the bottom line. That's your foundation to your eyebrow. Think of it like a slope or a hill. Now, everybody's eyebrow is not naturally arched. My eyebrows are not arched. So what you do is pinch your eyebrow up just a little bit, just like I'm doing here. And then go ahead and start on your top eyebrow as well. Start right above the curve of your eyebrow and then bring it over. Again, treat your eyebrows basically like hills or mountains. As soon as you go over the curve, you're not going to go straight down. You're kind of going to slope over a little bit. So, treat it like a mountain. Now, after you've outlined your eyebrows, just as I have, grab a little bit more eyebrow cream, or if you're doing a pencil, take your eyebrow pencil and start shading in the middle part of your eyebrows. Just shade it in. Now, when doing your eyebrows or picking out what you want to shade your eyebrows, the color, what you want to shade your eyebrows in, you guys want to make sure not to do jet black. As you can see, I have black hair, but if you're to get like a eyeliner, so to speak, and arch your eyebrows, it's gonna look crazy. Your brows are gonna look crazy. They may be arched, but they're gonna look crazy. So try to get a brown or a dark brown. This is Espresso by e.l.f., so it's a dark brown. And then after you've shaded your brows in, go ahead and take that same spoolie and try to blend it in a lot more. And just blend. Now, as you can see, I try to extend the beginning of my eyebrows at the top and the bottom, but not shade it in the middle, so to speak. That's to give more of a faded effect. So definitely utilize blending in the beginning and especially your arch. As you can see, there's a major difference. I personally take the sponge, dab the middle a little bit just to help it fade. Now comes my favorite part, which is to clean up your brow. To me, I suggest getting LA Pro Concealer, LA Pro Girl Concealer. And you want to try to use a concealer, no matter what concealer you use, that is 4 shades lighter than your skin. This is maybe 3 shades lighter, maybe. This is in the color Almond. But what you're going to do is take this concealer and go straight across. Don't worry about getting it in your arch just yet. Just draw a line straight across, just like I'm doing now. And be pretty generous with it. For this reason, now take a flat head brush and go ahead and bring some of that up and start arching out that eyebrow. Start carving out the direction or the arch that you want your brow to go in. And this is the reason why we go straight across, just so you can bring that up just like your arch. And then of course clean up the tail. Now also make sure to blend this down a little bit, and for me, I blend it down just to create more of a base for my eyeshadow. And we'll go over, you know, your base and your eyeshadow and the importance of a base and all that, and then in another video coming up after the next video. But yeah, definitely bring that out and carve however you want your eyebrows to look. And of course, take your sponge and blend that out. And basically how you blend it is just to pat it really fast all across your eyes. You can see it's starting to blend out just a little bit. Go ahead and blend, blend, blend until it looks nice and clean. Now we're also, yep, looks good. We're also gonna do the same thing for the top. Now you can start right above the curve. Me personally, I like to get straight to it. I like to carve out the tail of my eyebrow and then, you know, go forward. So you can do the same thing. And definitely carve out how you want the top to look as well. Now for me, I don't want to have a harsh line on my forehead when I do my eyebrows. So even though I'm moving my brush in this direction, sometimes I will blend the top part of the concealer on the top part. I'll blend it out. I'll blend it like kind of upward and out. And then I'll go over it with my sponge just to kind of help it fade. See, just like this. I'll blend it out, blend up and out, up, up. Oh, and of course, arch that top part. Yes, we're getting this brow snatched, and this is how it looks before I blend it out. And of course, let's go ahead and blend. Now, if for some reason this video is going too fast, or you know you're trying to do this with me, feel free to pause the video and take your time. I definitely want you guys to get this, so take your time and pause it if you need to, stop it if you need to, fast forward, slow it down, whatever you need to do to get this beat. And as you can see, we have a nice, neat beat eyebrow, slaying for the gods. And you can clearly see the difference here. Now we're going to go to my problem eyebrow. Now most of you can resonate with this. In college, I tried to arch my own eyebrow, so I spend more time on this eyebrow than I do my other one. So we're going to do the same for the other eyebrow. We're just going to start right above the supposed arch. I have no arch in this eyebrow at all, but we're going to fake it till we make it. Go ahead and get a little more brow cream out, and make sure to really define that line so that you know the shape of your eyebrow that you want. So bring it up and bring it back down, just like this. Create that slope, and then go inward and kind of connect everything together. That really looks like a heel to me. This brow is probably going to look a hot mess. It's okay. And if your eyebrow, if you're following this video and you're like, you know what, my brows are still looking a hot mess, don't fret it. I promise you, we're going to clean it up. The cleanup is really the power of the fleekage in your eyebrow. So of course we do the same thing we did for the other one. We're going to start at the top, right above the curve, and bring it out and down. And of course do the same for the top. And once you've outlined the top of your eyebrow, go ahead and do the same shade in. Now if you're using an eyebrow pencil, it would be the same exact thing, except you wouldn't have to dip your brush in anything, dip your pencil in anything. You just go straight for it and draw just as I'm drawing. You'll do the same, start off at the bottom, draw your little heel, And then do the same thing at the top and slowly blend it in as well. Of course, we're going to do the same for this eye. Take your concealer and apply it kind of straight across, starting from the inward part of your brow. Go straight across. Don't worry about your arch right now. Just go straight across. And apply a good amount, not too much, not a little bit, but a good amount on there, at least so that you can see. And then take your flathead brush again, and this brush is by BH Cosmetics. Go ahead and blend that out and also arch that eyebrow. And as you can see, what brow was looking a mess is now starting to look on fleek. See, I keep telling y'all, don't worry about drawing out them eyebrows. The power is in the cleanup. So go ahead and blend that downward to create your base for your eyeshadow. Of course, extend the concealer out past your eyebrow as well. To me, that creates more of a fade effect. So try to do that as well, unless you just don't like it. They're your eyebrows, so do what you want with them. But definitely make sure to blend that down, or pull that down, and then blend it with your sponge. Pat that out. Go ahead and blend. And of course, we'll do the same thing with the top part of our eyebrow. Now, some of you all may be like, oh my gosh, blending takes so long. You're absolutely right. The perfection in your eyeshadow and your base and blending anything is to take your time blending it out. And of course, always tweak your eyebrows if you feel like, you know, maybe your eyebrows need to be shaded in a little more, or maybe it's too harsh on one side than the other. Definitely take the time to blend and clean that up as well. Here, as you can see, we're doing the top again. You have to clean the top part of your eyebrows. Again, unless you don't like that look. I do know a couple of people or makeup artists that don't do the top part of their eyebrow. So it's really up to you. These are only suggestions, but definitely recommend carving out the top part of your eyebrow. Take your flathead brush and not only arch, but blend upward, just so you don't have a crazy looking line on your face. And also, as you blend out, you may see, you know, that your forehead is starting to look way lighter than your skin. Do not freak out. We're going to go back over it with concealer and foundation later on in the future. So don't worry about that. And of course, the magic happens in blending your sponge out. So definitely make sure to blend the concealer out with your sponge. Blend, blend, blend. Now, as you can see, I've blended so much, I've kind of blended over the tail of one of my eyebrows. And you can see that right here. Yep, right there. It's kind of lighter than the other. So what you're going to want to do is go back in and kind of redraw that line, kind of redefine that line again, and do like a little quick fix. And as you can see, they look a lot better. And at this point, you're pretty much done blending. So kind of do any last minute cleanups that you feel you might need to do to your brows. Blend out anything you see may need to be blended out. Add another line wherever you feel you need another line. So now we're going to use a concealer that is 2 shades lighter than our skin, and this is in the color Fawn, also in LA Girl Pro Cosmetics. I feel like I say that wrong every time. But we're also going to just put that on here to provide more of a full coverage base as well for our eyeshadow, kind of like prepping our eyeshadow. Now, if you're a person that wants to arch your eyebrows, but you're not trying to do eyeshadow, you're not trying to have that lighter eyelid, you just kind of want more of a natural, Then you can do a concealer that is your color, or you can do a foundation that is your color, and just once you do your base, that color that's 4 shades lighter, once you put that base on your, blend it out under your eyelid, then you can put your foundation or whatever is your color, your skin tone, over it, just to create more of a natural look with your brows. And you can do the same for the top of your brows, so that your forehead is not looking a lot lighter than your skin tone, if you're wanting more of a natural look, so to speak. And of course, I try to apply a little bit more. Sometimes I'll use the excess from the sponge, but then sometimes it's not enough. So go ahead and add that to the top of your brows and blend that out. And guys, this is the finished look with my eyebrows done. A nice little natural beat, eyebrows on fleek. I hope you guys really enjoyed this video. Stay tuned for the next video, which will be all about lashes. Stay tuned and make sure to subscribe. Love you guys later. Bye.